Alright, man, let's talk about some Detroit Pistons, man. This video should obviously go up and hit a lottery, I would hope, but sometimes, you know, stuff get pushed around. I might have a video in the queue for a week. You just never know. But yeah, let's talk about do the Detroit Pistons. Alright, I was gonna talk about do they have time to develop a prospect, right? And I'll stick to that thing, right? Because I got another one I got in the queue, and Jesus, the traffic going back this way is so bad. Tuesday through Friday. But somebody got a nice white Bronco. That boy fired. Old school boy. But yeah, let's speak on it. Alright? And you know, you got A-Man and Ashore. A-Man and Ashore. I forget their last name. I want to say it's Thompson. I don't want to, I forget, but you know, you got the two, I think they twins or whatever, and you know, they got a lot of upside. I think A-Man might be the one that's slightly ranked higher. Good ball handler, good facilitator, and it's a number of different guys that they got that the Pistons can use. And you know, do they have time to develop somebody? My thing is this. I mean, you ever see a situation in where, you know, you be like, damn, you know, like, okay, let me use, and this is a totally different sport and kind of totally different in that comparison, but it's like the Giants drafted Phil Simms over Reggie White. And obviously, at the time, they could have had Reggie White and Lawrence Taylor. You imagine that front seven, you know, right? But obviously, they needed Phil Simms, and kind of the thing here, and we need somebody that can help now. And that don't necessarily mean that they got to draft the best player right now. That necessarily means that you could take that pick and get somebody that can help you right now. And you seen kind of like Cleveland do that with the Kevin Love and Wiggins trade. So trying to get by, just never know out in the suburbs, you know. But yeah, you kind of seen that in the Kevin Love and in the Wiggins trade. You know, LeBron wanted somebody that could help them right now, and you know, so they went with Kevin Love. So my thing is this: you can't pass up on the next Kevin Garnett, or you can't pass up on the next. You can't pass up on the next superstar, you know, to try to win now. And that's kind of what happened with Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia and shit, where they had pressure on them to win now, so they passed up on Justin Herbert, you know, and some guys that could have helped them, you know, in the long haul, you know. And obviously, you know, that was a mistake, a big mistake that set the franchise back. Now, the thing that didn't make no sense to me was you go get our corner, and a lot of times corners take time to get they need time to get their feet wet. So, you know, so it's an interesting question for the Pistons, you know, and I think the difference here is Tom Gores will show he gonna give you every opportunity to get it right. And I think Troy Weaver true time started ticking now. I'm not saying that his seat is hot to Tom Gores, but I just think his tenure starts now. Let's stick to the theory that they chose to tank, right? And let's stick to that theory. So this shit don't count. They building capital through the draft shit that we asked them to do for years, some of us. And he get to pick his own coach for the first time. So now, you know, things kind of starting to kind of go his way, you know. So now this is his real tenure right now. Okay. So I think it's different when you got Martha that's basically threatening you And you got Tom Gores who ain't per se threatening you. You know, who gon', okay, you just take Dwayne for a while, you know, get used to Dwayne, and if it doesn't work out, then, you know, you get to pick your own guy, and, you know, then that's the start of your real tenure. That's what I kind of think the agreement is. Okay? So, my thing is, we so, a lot of times as humans, we get so nearsighted. And you gotta be, and the team that they got, they can let somebody come in and figure it out. You know, and if they ain't ready to figure it out, then you assign them a assistant that you like that can help develop them, basically somebody to stay on them. So, you know, you assign them a vet too, somebody to show them how to be professional. In about 2 or 3 years, you might have something. So I'm of the variety of, okay, if you can get somebody that can help you right now, it got to be somebody like a Jason Tatum, a Jaylen Brown, just throwing names out there, no particular, Brandon Ingram, somebody of that caliber. I'm trying to think about it as low as I would go. Maybe a Sabonis, and great player, by the way. Some learning to do, but somebody, you know, maybe somebody like that. But if I feel like I got somebody that got a tremendous amount of upside, I think I'm gonna value the tremendous amount of upside, saving the money, and trusting in my ability for him to grow with this team. Because the thing about it is, of course, you need veteran leadership, and that's another component with you know, drafted to get trading for a known commodity. But it's all about the right veteran you putting in there, you know. So I feel that it's totally inbounds. I think it's that's totally fine, unless I can fetch a true top 10, top 15, borderline like maybe top 20ish type player that's still in his prime. I think I go ahead and I feel good about a prospect, and I feel good about his development and how he fit with the franchise. I think I take time to develop, you know. So if he really gonna be that good, it shouldn't take him that long to figure out. I think they do have the time. I think they do have the time to develop. So I think his clock is actually starting now in Troy Weaver, and I do think he is afforded that luxury to have 2 or 3 years down the line for A-Man or Short Thompson, whoever the flavor might be. So yeah, I think he got enough time, and I think that's doable. It's plausible. So yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it if you really believe in him, because then 5 years down the line, let's say he go to, I don't know, Utah, and he turned out to be like the real fucking deal. Oh, we could have had him, and then you got a young team. He'll be on the same kind of guy. He kind of be on the same age group. You're gonna sign some veterans this year, you know, and they all can kind of grow together, groom together, and, you know, let's say they do kind of start knocking on that door of championship, right? Obviously, it's gonna be some tweaks and some tough decisions you got to make. You know, us trading Bobby Sewell and company for Rasheed. I knew we got Rasheed, we was winning the championship, no doubt in my mind. But I love Bobby Sewell though. That one hurt. I forget I was traded for him, but Bobby Sewell was a fan favorite. He was one of my favorite players to watch. Remember, they took his triple-double away because he intentionally missed a rebound to get the triple-double and shit. That might have been versus Atlanta, to be honest. So, you know, and the Adrian Dantley thing. There was some camaraderie issues going around, and Adrian Dantley, you know, didn't want it to be Isaiah Thomas' team, and, you know, shit, like, we know the story. So, we know the story and shit. So, I think Troy Weaver actual clock starts ticking now. So I think this year draft, next year draft, he can afford somewhat of a project. But the good thing about the project, and you're gonna get a younger coach or whatever, let them play. Ain't no more, you know, we seen what Bagley capable of. It's the same shit. He always injured. Don't matter. We seen enough of Killian Hayes. We seen enough of Beef Stew. They shouldn't be on this roster, let alone taking minutes from somebody else who actually got potential. So I think they are. If they fall 5-4, they are afforded. I think they are afforded the luxury to. They are afforded that luxury where they can kind of take a project. But the thing about the project, throw them in the water like Kevin Garnett. You know, throw them in the water like deep end like Kevin Garnett and figure it out. You know, they want to refurbish guys like what's my man's name? James Wiseman. Shit. You know, rebuilding somebody up and re-giving them confidence. I think it's easier to take a young player and just show them how to be a pro. Cause James Wiseman, Bagley, they all kind of like gotta be resalvaged a bit. They kind of gotta be rebuilt or reconditioned or recalibrated or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. That's the difference. But a young guy, you know, he gonna go through his valleys and his peaks and all that shit. But you ain't gotta, you know, he ain't already tore down where you gotta rebuild him up. You can build him up from the ground up. So that's my opinion on it, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you agree that the Pistons still got the luxury to kind of, you know, take a developmental player up high that's gonna need some time to develop, or, you know, time to kind of, you know, however that is on the floor, behind the scenes. But a lot of teams like Portland let Jermaine O'Neal develop elsewhere. So it's crazy. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Peace.